Jade, I'm gonna let you take it from here because I know we need to talk about this elephant in the room.
Okay, well, the elephant in the room is, I mean, I guess the elephant all over the world. We got to talk about Diddy. Federal agents raid Diddy's home. Um, for at first, Cassie came out and made some really strong accusations where he settled out of court. Now you have the federal agents showing up. His sons are in handcuffs. Supposedly somebody who is like drug muling for him gets arrested. So we really need to talk about this because let me tell you, when the feds show up to your house, they already know. They are already looking for something. They are just trying to confirm the answers that they believe that they already have, which this is literally shaking the world and turn the world upside down. And this is what everybody's talking about. So many different factors we could talk about. We could take this in so many different angles. I'll let you ladies sound off on the point of the Diddy conversation that you want to talk about.
Well, I mean, you brought up Cassie, and I have to say, a Cassie glow up is goals. Okay, when you decide that you're ready to leave a man that is mistreating you, that's controlling you, that has made you feel less than you are, and you leave him for the broke trainer, and you go ahead and glow up like that, honey. Listen, it's not all about the money. Okay, it is not all about the money. So Diddy brought a lot of shit to the table, but he also brought a lot of shit to the table. So congratulations to you, Cassie. We are so happy for you. Your glow up is absolutely amazing. I applaud you. So that's all I had to say for that.
Because her glow up is based on happiness and peace. Mm-hmm. There is no other better glow up than peace. Like you can see peace. She has her family now. Oh my gosh, y'all. If you have ever been in a situation where there is work, whether it's a relationship where you lack peace, and then you finally get a chance to take a deep breath and experience peace, that glow up is for real.
That peace glow up. Yep. Now, Seema, what did you have to say about Diddy?
Nothing to say because I didn't even know what happened. I don't watch the news. I have no clue. I'm just in here just listening and living for the tea.
She said I found out. She said I found out, and that's what she said.
Well, man, this Diddy situation is bad. I think one of the things that shakes you to your core, because there are a lot of people in life that would have never imagined something like this happening to an idol, right? Diddy is an icon. I mean, we grew up listening to Diddy. Diddy, I remember when I was 17, 18 years old, learning how to do door-to-door sales at an alarm company. We would ride around from neighborhood to neighborhood playing Diddy, and we'd have the car, we'd get pumped up. He's a part of our culture. He's a part of how we grew up. He's a big, major part of that. And for some of us that can't decipher between entertainment and reality, this is really heartbreaking. You know, it's heartbreaking to see someone that you could have admired, regardless of the rumors, because for a lot of us, it's not a surprise. But regardless of the rumors, the magnitude at which this is unfolding and before our eyes, it's like watching someone you love die. If this was happening to Jay-Z, I would be extremely emotional about it, because I'm attached to the storyline and the evolution of Jay-Z that I've witnessed throughout my entire life. For the weak moments that those lyrics had helped me and uplifted me, it's a part of I love him. That would hurt me. So this is part of, like, I think people watching this, it's like watching an open casket funeral or something. This is really heartbreaking to see what people might go through as they're watching their icon die. But also, he's absolutely disgusting, and there's a lot of things. I think from the moment that Kim Porter died, I think he started stressing out because of the accusations and everything that has been flying. I applaud Cassie for doing this with great timing. And of course, Diddy's legacy is over. And there are people now in the industry, we're talking about very prominent figures, the former CEO of Motown Records, agreeing to testify against him and saying blatantly, I've got information, I'm going to testify, so this isn't going down. And then, of course, Jade, I'd love to hear your opinion about a lot of people saying he's the fall guy for a much bigger operation here.
That's what I'll say. Go ahead, Jay.
I definitely agree. I think that, it was, I hate to say this, but it started with R. Kelly. I think there was a level of invincibility when it came to celebrities. We thought that these things were not happening, but come to find out, like you said, some of the disgusting things that we heard that he was doing to Cassie, who is another human being. There are other lawsuits where you have male producers that are suing him for sexual assault, being groped, harassed, threatened. And you're right. There is an industry and there is a culture that praise God, I've never had to experience, but we have got to stop putting human beings on this pedestal. And I think you're spot on, Patty, when you say what you say. I think we've all done that Every single person has that one person. That's why they always say, never meet your hero, because they will probably not end up being who you think they are, and you're going to be heartbroken by it. So a lot of people that did grow up looking at Diddy as like this business mogul, this musician, this guy that just seemed to have it all together, to find out behind closed doors that you were possibly living a whole nother double life, is heartbreaking to a lot of people. But more importantly, it's heartbreaking to the victims that felt the need to be quiet because they were too afraid to get blackballed out of the industry. And the industry absolutely works that way on a small scale and on a mogul scale. If you speak up against certain people, you will get blackballed. And these people, what people don't realize is when you are in this industry, yes, it's a different industry, a different type of, money than what, like us as regular people are used to. However, these people are doing this for a living for their families. They have families, they have dreams. These are things that they dreamed about doing since they were 10 or 11. And to know that these type of situations are going on, the casting couch in Hollywood, you hear about that all the time. You get what I'm saying? You have had, actually just recently, you've actually had actors that have come out to say, my show was canceled because I was not willing to do certain things with certain people in the industry. It is absolutely a thing, and it needs to be addressed, and people should be hired based on their talent. People should have opportunities based on their talent, not and on their work ethic and all the things that matter, not based on who they will sleep with, who they will allow to, violate them, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah, well, I mean, the idea here is that at his parties, what he's doing is videotaping. You're bringing prominent celebrities in. You're drugging the younger people. You're you're presenting large amounts of money with high hopes and dreams, misguiding them, bringing them to these parties. And if they participate in these acts, they win your favor, and you're surrounded by decision makers and playmakers in Hollywood. You're using that power to your disadvantage, and then you're trafficking. You're bringing in people for the simple sake of, sexual pleasure that other people take advantage of. And the bigger play is you're videotaping other people do it, so then you can blackmail them later. So, I mean, it's really, really, really disgusting the way that this is going. And the problem is, it's not just Diddy, right? So Diddy deserves whatever he has coming to him, but this is not just Diddy. He didn't create that environment. He's a product of that environment. He was groomed, therefore he grooms. And so his sexual preference isn't what people care about, but it's the way that he has used his power to drug, manipulate, and traffic young people through Hollywood, so that then he can use that as some sort of playground to blackmail other people. And when you think about it, it's such a very dark and scary world. My daughter tells me every day that she wants to be an actress, that she wants to get into this realm of world. And I'm just like, baby, read the books. Like, let's just try to avoid this world. And it's not that she's not strong. Mom, I have a good head on my shoulders. Mom, I know what I'm doing. Mom, I'll know the difference. No, sweetheart, there are certain situations that you might not be able to have the wisdom and life experience to be able to have the proper discernment to get through. So if people, like, imagine just being a young girl at a party and Diddy and his folks are inviting you back to the house. I'm sorry, at 22 years old, there's not a single one of us that would have said no to that.
correct.
Oh, I would have.
Oh,
And I have
definitely
before.
would.
And I have before.
Yeah.
Diddy never passed my sniff test, and I think this might be a vulnerable moment for me in this, to tell you all that I used to be in music, and this is a big reason why I'm not anymore. A huge reason why I'm not in it anymore, because the industry is disgusting. And I wish somebody would tell me to walk and go get their cheesecake. No, it was the power tripping for me from making the band from way, 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 way before this. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know who's looking at Diddy like an icon, a dance icon. Like, what? He never was the talent. He damn sure can't rap. He can maybe identify some talent. He was the hype man. He was the chess player. And that was his game. It was always his game. So I don't have any, I think for me, the takeaway from this, because I think you guys all hit the nail on the head. The industry is ugly.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack. It'll be very interesting to see how this unfolds. But if I could say anything to anyone, is to, is to be careful. You have to be careful. Everything, all that glitters is not gold. And I really believe that if we can start to really value the talent, we can get away from, these big record deals and all this stuff. Record deals are a scam at that too, right? Like, there's so super bad deals. They're bad advances. There's, 360 deals. There's so much to unpack in this industry, and people want fame so bad. And he, I mean, his career is I mean, I think it shows exactly what he was after, and it was always the power and the fame. People like that, you need to be careful.
You said people want fame so bad. Society has to take responsibility for making it that way, because you can literally be somebody's girlfriend and next thing you know you're on TV. Next thing you know you have $1 million endorsement deal because everybody is desperate for freedom, right? I mean, we're
Or what they think, or what they're
yeah,
perceiving
what their
to be.
perception of, yeah, absolutely. So
Right.
here's the thing. Maybe some people are headstrong enough and have family and values that have, you know, like you said you weren't falling for it, which is a beautiful thing. And I hate that you had to go through that. But think about the people who have no support and are so desperate for freedom and what we've done as society. That's why when you get on Instagram, it doesn't matter if women are showing body parts that shouldn't be shown to the public, or if men are speaking a certain way, because at the end of the day, people are looking for the moment so they can become famous, hoping that that leads to financial freedom, because we are so caught up in fame and money. It is a drug. It is addicting, and society and social media has played a huge part in that. To your point, Patty, you even said it earlier about the Diddy and some of these other artists are icons to people. This is who the world is like. This is who we're supposed to look up to. You know what I mean? These are the because they're the perception is they're living the lifestyle that it seems like there's no worries in the world, which, let me tell you, by the way, is such a lie.
Right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hold on one second, Patty. Nasima, I know you had a super hard stop and you're hanging in. If you got to drop, go ahead and drop. If there anything you want to say before you leave?
No, love you guys. Great conversation. Peace out.
Love you, Nasima. We'll see you later. See you next
Bye.
week. Now, I
Yeah.
think that this is really good. Let's wrap this up. Put a pin in this. I think that in the chat, a lot of talk about self-worth is here. Ladies, find your tribe, find your friends, find individuals aligned. It doesn't have to be whatever you think you have to do to get there, you don't. And I'm really sick of, honestly, the strippers and the all of that stuff being glorified, glamorized, and those women having the perception that they're winning. No, I think that we're about to step into a whole new era of, and I'm really proud of the younger generation. I have a 23-year-old sister who is way more self-aware than I was at 23, way more aware of therapy, aware of resources, all of that stuff. It's readily available. There are apps for therapy, for mental health, all of those things. I didn't even, if I had started on my therapy journey and my healing journey earlier, I don't even know where I would be today. But I'm just so grateful that this new generation has more access to tools and more awareness of things, because I think that there's going to be a very big shift in what's cool. I saw a reel the other day, and it was like, entrepreneurs are the new rappers, like rappers and all that other stuff. That's cool, great. Entrepreneurs are the new it person, right? Like, you can do business and be successful. Just like I think with women too, I'm seeing a lot more creators, a lot more talent. I'm seeing it emerge, and the tolerance for the foolery is just starting to go away. And I hope that that trend continues, because I struggled with personally self-worth from, I learned through my counseling sessions, right? I had a very emotionally unavailable father, very present in my life. I had everything that I needed, but he was emotionally unavailable because he had two parents that were extremely abusive to him and a mother that abandoned him. So he didn't know how to show love besides to make sure I had everything that I needed. I could have, up until a few years ago, I could have counted the amount of times he said, "I love you," on two hands, or maybe even one hand, right? And so I had to equip myself with the tools how to learn to just understand that he did the best that he could with what he had, and it was not a reflection of my value, right? So anyone listening to this, any woman listening to this, any little girl, I know my younger cousins listen to this, they tap in. You intrinsically and inherently have all of the value that you need. It's already there. You don't have to earn a damn thing at anyone else's expense. And that's it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she said.
That's what she
Yeah,
said.
that's what she said. Fame is a drug. The cost of fame is too high. I think that's the takeaway from all of this. The cost of fame is just too high. And then once you get in it, it's like a drug. You can't get enough of it.
Yeah. And I think that it's this is what I like to say. I like to say favor over fortune over fame. And we're still going
Absolutely.
strong here.